Ever wondered what are the best crops and vegetables to grow in April in America? Well, you're in for a treat because that's exactly what we're going to delve into today. We're going to uncover the top 5 crops and veggies that thrive in the April soil. Timing, my friends, is everything in gardening. It's about knowing when to sow, when to water, and when to harvest. That's why understanding the specifics of each crop is crucial. In April, the earth is just right for certain plants, giving them the perfect start to life and setting your garden up for a bountiful harvest. From leafy greens to robust root vegetables, we'll be taking a close look at each of these April favorites and why they love this time of year. So saddle up, partner, and let's explore these top 5 crops and vegetables to plant this April. Let's dive right into why spinach is the perfect candidate for an April planting. This nutritious, resilient leafy green thrives in cool temperatures, grows quickly, and rewards you with a rapid harvest from seed to salad, ensuring its health is simple. Regular watering, a bit of mulch, and vigilance against pests like leaf miners and aphids. Harvesting is also easy. Cut the outer leaves when ready to consume and leave the center to keep producing. However, remember that spinach bolts or goes to seed swiftly in warmer weather, so timely harvesting is essential. If you seek a nutritious, easy-to-grow vegetable for your April planting, spinach is your best bet. Next, we have the humble potato, a staple in many a kitchen. Now you might be wondering, why plant potatoes in April? Well, potatoes are a cool season vegetable. They need a good chill in the soil before they start sprouting their green shoots. April, with its still cool soil and gradually warming temperatures, provides the perfect environment for these tubers to thrive. You see, potatoes have a longer growing period compared to other vegetables. They need about 3 to 4 months to mature, so starting in April gives them the time they need to grow and mature before the heat of summer kicks in. And believe me, a well-grown potato is worth the wait. Now, let's talk about how to plant and maintain these spuds. To start, you'll need seed potatoes. These are potatoes that have eyes or little sprouts on them. Cut these seed potatoes into chunks, each with at least 1 or 2 eyes. But remember, don't plant them right away. Let them sit for a few days to form a protective layer over the cuts. This layer helps to retain moisture and ward off bacteria in the soil. When you're ready to plant, dig a trench about 8 to 12 inches deep. Place your seed potato chunks, cut side down, about 12 inches apart in the trench. Cover them with about 3 inches of soil. As the plants grow, keep adding soil to keep the potatoes covered. This hilling process prevents the potatoes from turning green, which can make them taste bitter. Watering is crucial for potatoes. They need consistent moisture, especially once the plants start to flower. However, be careful not to overwater, as it could lead to rot. Pests can be a problem too, so keep an eye out for potato beetles and other critters that might fancy a potato feast. Patience is key with potatoes, folks. They won't be ready to harvest until the foliage has died back. But when that time comes, you'll be rewarded with a bountiful harvest of tasty, homegrown potatoes. Moving on, we have the prolific zucchini, a summer squash that loves the warmer weather. Now don't let the term summer fool you. Starting your zucchini in April can set you up for a bountiful harvest all the way through the hot season. Zucchini, also known as courgette, is a fantastic choice for April planting for several reasons. First and foremost, this green gem thrives in warmer soil. As April ushers in milder temperatures, the soil starts to heat up, creating the perfect cozy bed for zucchini seeds to germinate. But what makes zucchini a real star in your garden is its rapid growth. Once the seeds sprout, you'll be amazed at how quickly these plants shoot up. It's like they're in a race with the sun, growing taller and broader with each passing day. Now let's talk about how to maintain and harvest your zucchini. This hardy squash isn't too finicky, but there are a few tips and tricks to help it along. Watering is key. Zucchini loves a good drink, but it's not a fan of wet feet, so aim to water deeply but infrequently. This encourages the roots to grow down deep into the soil, where it's cooler and moister. Next up, weeding. Keeping the area around your zucchini plants free from weeds is essential. Weeds compete with your zucchini for water and nutrients, and we can't have that, can we? So pull those pesky invaders out as soon as you spot them. And finally, harvesting. Zucchini grows so quickly that it can get out of hand if you're not careful. One day you have a tender, small squash, and the next it's a giant. But remember, bigger isn't always better. With zucchini, remember to harvest when they are small and tender, usually when they are about 6 to 8 inches long. Next on our list is the nutritious kale, a leafy green that packs a punch. Now, kale is a cool season crop. which means it thrives in the lower temperatures that April brings in many parts of America. This robust, leafy green can even withstand a light frost, making it a great choice for an early spring planting. But kale isn't just a hardy plant, it's also a superfood. Packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as minerals like calcium and potassium, kale is a nutritional powerhouse. Plus, it's high in fiber and low in calories, making it a healthy addition to any meal. You can use kale in salads, soups, and smoothies, or even bake it into chips for a crunchy snack. So how do you get started growing your own kale? Well, it's quite simple. Start by selecting a location that receives full sun to partial shade. Kale isn't too picky about soil, but it does best in a well-drained, loamy soil that's rich in organic matter. When you're ready to plant, dig a hole about ½ inch deep and place the kale seed inside. Cover it with soil and water it well. Keep the soil consistently moist, but avoid overwatering as this can lead to root rot. As the kale grows, keep an eye out for pests like aphids and cabbage worms. If you notice any of these critters, you can use an organic insecticide to keep them at bay. When it comes to harvesting, you can start picking leaves as soon as they're large enough to eat. Just remember to always leave the center of the plant untouched to allow for continual growth. And as for maintenance, well, kale is a relatively low-maintenance plant. Just make sure it gets enough water, especially during dry spells, and consider adding a layer of mulch around the base of the plant to help retain moisture and suppress weeds. Kale is a hardy plant that can withstand frost, so don't be afraid to plant it early. With the right care, you'll be enjoying your own homegrown, nutritious kale in no time. Last but not least, we have the sweet pea, a delicious addition to any garden. Let's dive right in, shall we? Sweet peas are a fantastic choice for April planting, and there are a few reasons why. First off, sweet peas thrive in the cool spring temperatures that April brings. They're a hardy bunch, these peas, and they can withstand those late spring frosts that might damage other plants. But that's not all. Sweet peas are also fast growers. Once they've settled into the ground, these peas shoot up like rockets. In fact, you can expect to see your sweet peas sprouting in as little as 10 days after planting. Now that's what I call fast. Now let's talk about maintenance. Sweet peas are climbers, which means they'll need a trellis or some other form of support to help them grow upwards. A simple wooden or bamboo trellis will do the trick. And remember, the taller the support, the more peas you'll get. Watering is key with sweet peas. They love a good drink, especially in dry periods. So make sure to keep the soil consistently moist. Not too wet though, or you'll risk root rot. When it comes to harvesting, timing is everything. You'll want to pick your sweet peas when the pods are plump and bright green. That's when they're at their sweetest. But don't wait too long, or the peas will become starchy and less flavorful. A good rule of thumb is to pick your peas every 2 to 3 days during the harvest period to ensure you're getting the best tasting peas. Folks, sweet peas are not just about the taste. They are also beautiful to look at, with their vibrant green pods and delicate tendrils. They can make your garden look like a little piece of paradise. Sweet peas are a delight to grow, but remember, they need a little extra care and attention, especially when it comes to watering. So, there you have it, folks. Those are the top 5 crops and vegetables to plant this April. We've delved into the versatility of spinach, a leafy green that thrives in the cool April weather and offers an early harvest. We've dug into the humble potato, a hardy crop that needs a good start in the early spring to produce a bountiful yield. We've explored the prolific zucchini, a warm weather crop that benefits from April's increasing soil temperatures. We've celebrated the nutritious kale, a resilient vegetable that grows well in the cool spring air. And lastly, we've admired the sweet pea, a crop that not only offers a delightful harvest but also enriches the soil with nitrogen. Each of these crops and vegetables have unique needs, but all require your careful attention and nurturing. Remember, the key to a successful garden is patience, care, and a little bit of love. Happy planting, folks!